And we are back here inside the ENDERUN Gymnasium for the continuing coverage of your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 2 presented by the Shawarma Shack. And what a better way to have your Saturday afternoon than to have a UAAP old school rivalry at your hand. And the match for our main game, it's gonna be the matchup between the UST GROWLING Tigers and the DLSU Green Archers. Magandang hapon po, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and all over the world. Alvin Tañada, and such a rivalry matchup to have, and who better to have as my analyst than the Philippine Woj of college basketball himself, Naveen Ganglani. Naveen,
hey.
Yes, good afternoon to you, and welcome back to Pinoyliga.
Yes sir, Coach Alvin, nice to be here. I can't envision a better way to spend yung Saturday afternoon ko than to be calling this game with you. UST, LaSalle, doesn't get any better than this in terms of off-season basketball.
Yes, and both teams are 2-1 at top of their bracket. As we take a look at the rankings there, yes, it's a quadruple tie there at the 2-1. You have LaSalle, you have CSB, you have UST, and you have San Beda. So the two UAAP squads and two NCAA squads are there 2-1, while St. Dominic they're 1-2, and then Adams 0-2, and ENDERUN has yet to play in a game here in our tournament.
Yes, and you know, both teams have gotten off to impressive starts. Speaking of UST and LaSalle, of course, LaSalle coming off a very encouraging win in overtime against the CSB Blazers last weekend. UST, they're going to actually miss some key pieces in this game, but that means more opportunities for the other standouts to potentially step up.
And taking a look at our leaderboard here, as Ryan Briones continues to be the sizzling guy here for University of Batangas with averaging 26.3 points. TJ Abdullah leading the way in the assist numbers with 7.5. Gani Stevens leading the way for UP, 14.5 rebounds. Brighton Wonko playing in this matchup is leading the blocks department with 2.3. And Ryan Briones being the leader in steals. Huwag na tayo magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Let's call out the starters for this matchup between UST and DLSU. Good afternoon, basketball fans. We are still here inside the ENDERUN Gymnasium here in McKinley Hill. It's a gig for the continuation of your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 2, presented by the Shawarma Shack. Our main game for today's Saturday doubleheader will feature a UAAP rivalry matchup between the UST GROWLING Tigers and the DLSU Green Archers. It's now time to meet the starters. First, for the UST GROWLING Tigers. Point guard number 1, Leland Estacio. Shooting guard number 12, Isaac Ante. Center number 10, Peter Osam. Small forward number 4, S.J. Moore. And at power forward number 7, Ashen Andrews. Coaching the GROWLING Tigers is Chaps Kuan. And now let's meet the starters for the DLSU Green Archers. Point guard number 19, Ethan Abdian. Shooting guard number 1, J.C. Makalala. Center number 21, Henry Antonelli. Small forward number 12, Earl Papadon. And power forward number 46, Jake Gaspar. Coaching the Green Archers is Oliver Whitney. No wrinkles for this match. Uchi Edgar Pina. First umpire, Ana Leon. And second umpire, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, John J. Panabilio. This game is under supervision of our commissioner, Nelson and technical head, Ian Morbe, and Pinoyliga founder, Mr. Many Fans. It's a UAAP rivalry matchup. LaSalle, UST, it's game time! And the starters have been called out here on the floor. And for UST, they will start off with Makalalag, or for UST, they will start with Estacio, Moore, Andrews, Danting, and Osang. Para sa LaSalle, Makalalag, Abadam, Alyan, Agonane, and Gaspay. And you can see here that no fourth skip Padrigao para sa UST.
Yep.
And that's one player na they will miss. And also, Kyle Paranada also not yet here
para sa UST for this matchup.
Yeah, so si Fortsky Padrigal natapilok siya a few days ago in practice, so they're resting his ankle right now as we see Osang get called for the foul. And Kyle Paranada naman actually just got to the country this morning. So he is still catching up to the Philippine timing. Probably get to see him in UST's next game. For the Growling Tigers though, today Jeremy Robinson in uniform. And
Yes.
that's someone to look out for. For LaSalle naman, no Isaiah Phillips dealing with a shin injury. Nothing major according to the DLSU coaching staff. And also EJ Goliena not in action today for the defending UAAP champs. As we see Coach Topex Robinson of the Green Archers just walk in.
Dumating na si Coach Topex Robinson here, and that's a full court press now implemented by De La Salle. But a good thing here for De La Salle is they have JC Makalalag back on the lineup.
Yes. Interesting lineup for LaSalle here. You have Abadam, Makalalag, Alian, Agunane, and Gaspay. So 5 players potentially going to be part of the Team A of DLSU as UST gets called for an 8-second violation.
And yung press nitong La Salle, that patented pesky La Salle press na hindi talaga matutumbasan no?
By the way, Coach Alvin, I also think Deshaun Winston is in attendance today. Former Green Archer Shawnee Winston.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, all now with Converge in the PBA. Of course, Sean needs to play for LaSalle in the UAP and is a good friend of Jeremy Robinson of the Growling Tigers. So probably here to support both his pal and former school.
Ethan Alian with the miss there. So big names in the venue here. So not just Coach Topex, but also ito si Deshaun Winston. Oh, you want to move there by Estasio, but no good. Alian gets the ball. Gives it up to Jake Gaspay. Gaspay to Makalalag. Makalalag for 3. That's money.
And you want to see that kind of patience from basketball players, setting their feet up, taking their time, not rushing the jump shot. Vet moves that time by Makalalag, who is going to be one of the trusted vets of Coach Topex moving forward.
And pinag-usapan natin yan if you can remember in the last time na naglaro to against San Beda, itong si Makalalag can be the Escandor of the lineup.
Exactly. Now, quick start here for LaSalle, 5-2. And already 2 team fouls for the Growling Tigers with 8:14 left in the first quarter.
Now, Jeremy Robinson na ngayon pinasok na nga dito. Abadam. Earl Abadam fakes Gaspay. The pass. That goes out. Ito, Jeremy Robinson.
Yeah.
This is a good welcome back for UST. Kanina binati ko nga siya. Sabi ko, welcome back, brother. And he's happy to be playing once again for UST.
Yes.
He has just flown back.
Foul there on Ethan Alian, the former LaSalle Green Hills standout point guard. Trying to earn some minutes moving forward for the DLSU Green Archers in season 87, perhaps we shall see. And one person I've really been impressed by with UST in the offseason is Estasio.
Yes, Leland Estasio.
The mix of size, speed, ball handling. We've said it before, the Growling Tigers are very high on him for what he could potentially do with the rest of the core. So let's see what he does today, especially without Paranada and Fortsky in action.
Yes.
It's going to be up to him to handle a lot of the ball handling.
Yeah, he will be the lead point guard right now for this squad. And that is an offensive foul called.
Exactly. Great job that time by Jeremy Robinson, staying over on the ball screen action, staying on the hip of the offensive player, and forcing the moving screen offensive foul on the Green Archers.
And the good thing with Leland Estasio, na pinag-uusapan natin, he's a very tall point guard na can match up with the likes of possibly in the UAP with Sean Kitevis, and then possibly other players of the other point guards of the other squads, as we have a timeout on the floor with the De La Salle Green Archers. 5-2 the score.
Timeout, De La Salle Green Archers.
Pinoyliga Cup number 1. 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 Pinoyliga Cup number 1.
5-all hours score here in the first.
So, interesting action between both teams so far. A lot of defensive intensity, especially when it comes to pressing full court. So, which team can keep its composure the most? Right there. Not exactly what I'd call great basketball, but hey, LaSalle retained possession, Coach Alvin.
At nakikita mo, bumabawi ng helter-skelter basketball itong koponan ng UST, no?
Yep.
Just like what LaSalle is doing, as there is a foul there.
So that's the potential trade-off when you're playing ball pressure. You might be able to force turnovers and create easy transition opportunities. But if you get a little too physical, you can find yourself in penalty situation early in the quarter.
And Henry Agonane there with the drive, no good. And this could be a good also matchup between the FSAs. You have Agonane and Nwanko for LaSalle. You have Osang and Tongkara.
Yes.
Para dito sa UST.
Reminds me of the days before when the UAP would actually allow 2 FSAs per team. As I'm not
There's a
sure,
foul there.
are they going to count? No, not counted. So it's going to be down on the floor. 3 team fouls each now on LaSalle and UST with 6:38 to go in the first quarter.
There's Robinson now. Jeremy. The pass here. Danting. Estacio. Leland Estacio, the 3.
So the way Agunane and Nwanko defends these ball screen actions, Coach Alvin, notice mo mostly nakadrop sila. Which
Yes.
means UST's perimeter players, as we see Makalalag miss on a 3, UST's perimeter players will have the opportunity to pull up for potentially open mid-range jumpers or 3-point shots against that drop defense of Agunane. And meanwhile, LaSalle already with 4 team fouls here, 6:12 left in the first quarter. The next foul of LaSalle would put UST in the bonus.
Yes, oo. Free throws na agad, maaga pa dito, no?
Aaron Buensalida, the former NU ball pop, now into the game for the Green Archers.
That shot.
He actually played for them in season 85. Didn't see much action in season 86. We'll see if he makes it back to the roster in season 87.
Yes, oh, he's a big man here. That can be a major factor then also in the inside presence. You know, get those rebounds,
Yes.
extra possessions for the Green Archers.
And he can handle for a big also. So I wonder if we'll see that side out of his game in this performance today.
And now let's see, Buensalida inside, and that is traveling.
And you saw right there, good intentions, just move these pivot foot, travel, needs to remain composed in that kind of situation. And I should also say Coach Alvin, Rael Melencio, still recovering from an ACL injury for the Green
Yes.
Archers, is someone to watch out for over the next few months if he can return before the UAAP
Yes,
season.
the son of former UST Growling Tiger, Richie Melencio. Inside, the Jeremy Robinson, no good.
Or you gotta convert that. If Aguinan is not able to get to you in time, you have to convert those open layups.
Alian.
And you can see LaSalle making it a point to get Buensalida going in the post.
Erla Badam, no good. Rebounded by Peter Osang.
Osang's doing a good job boxing out Aguinane despite Henry's height advantage.
Robinson. And one player na magbabalik din dito for De La Salle. I'm seeing him here. Oh, yes. He's about to enter Matthew Rubico. So, a former Lyceum Pirate. As Agonane drives the pass. Abadam, balik kay Agonane. And they will slow it down. Once again, Makalalag goes to the corner. Alian for 3. Alian to no good.
Low scoring game between both teams so
Yes.
far. Halfway through the first quarter. And only 5-all, but we're going to see a platoon-ish substitution for DLSU soon. Coming in, more Alao, Matthew Rubico, Boris Marasigan, and Bright Nwanko.
And there is a foul there.
Foul is called number 1, KC Makalalag. That's his first penalty.
So, Nwanko's already come in here for Agonane. DLSU making the FSA sub early. I wonder how long UST will go with Osang before bringing in Tongkara. A lot of the starters for UST, or rather Estacio and Osang, still in the game. So far, we haven't seen a lot yet from Jeremy Robinson in terms of production, but look for him to get aggressive soon.
And yun na nga. Pinasok na nga Alaw and Rubico, also Enwangko, and also Boris Marasigan. What a lineup to have if you have Marasigan, your leading scorer, checking in as the second unit together with Rubico.
Exactly. And he's been very impressive so far in the off-season. Really playing well in those games against San Beda and then against CSB. And, you know, he didn't play his final high school season with San Beda, speaking of Marasigan, but had he played, he would have been a legitimate MVP candidate in the NCAA Juniors Division.
Yes.
Of course, Marasigan training as part of the Phenom Championship Clinic group and expected to make his debut at De La Salle in Season 87. If he can carry over this off-season performance to Season 87, that just makes the defending champion stronger. As they say, the rich get richer.
Yes. Too strong for the upcoming season as Tongkara, no good, smothered by the defense by Brighton Wangko.
And Noangco proving why he's the league leader right now in terms of shot blocks.
Marasigan the drive and he was fouled.
Great move that time by Marasigan. Decelerating just in time for the defender to hit him, using that sidestep to get open, potentially to make the three-point play. He did not convert the basket, but instead will go to the free throw line.
And Boris Marasigan, again, you said it, he played in the first matchup against San Beda, played also in that matchup contra CSB, but he did not play in that matchup against St. Dominic Pikemen, wherein they lost in that matchup.
Yes, indeed. Now, the thing with Marasigan that LaSalle wants to see is, can he slim down a little bit more in time for the UAP season, especially when you're playing and practicing like within a short amount of time in the school year calendar. Of course, staying in shape will be very important.
And he is in the same position with Kevin Cambao.
Yes.
So,
but I can see them both playing in the court together. Jeremy Robinson showing some of that athleticism that made him a recruit for LaSalle originally, actually, until moving rather to UST. Coach Alvin, I'm intrigued by what I just heard from the UST coaching staff. One of the assistant coaches telling their players, I believe that was Tongkara who the foul might have been called on. One of the coaches telling him, you're too soft. That's the right call, because he was actually complaining about the foul. You know, some people say that kind of coaching nowadays might, be a little too outdated.
yes.
Actually like telling your players you're wrong or being hard on them. But, I think there's still space for that in basketball coaching today. Once in a while, you just have to tell the players, stop complaining and just play basketball.
Yes, and that is the Pido Harencio way, Yung sisigawan ka niyan. But that's tough love as Bright and Wonko slams it home.
What a play by Matthew Rubico. Exactly what you want to see out of your point guard. Aggressively going to the rim, leaping, getting the defender, the rim protector to commit, and then the drop-off pass to the big man. One of the rules you have to remember as a point guard, reward your big man if he runs down the court.
Number one yan. Free throw there by Bright, no good. Rebound recovered here by Escobedo.
This guy can shoot, Escobedo.
Suba gives it up to Robinson on the left side. Jeremy Robinson.
LaSalle switching there in that ball screen.
Robinson, the drive, the shot, and he was fouled there.
Another good aggressive take by Robinson. He's probably familiar with how to attack some of these former teammates of his in LaSalle. Noangco was actually in DLSU when Robinson was there for his first season, season 85. And, whenever you go up against your former team, you have that extra chip on your shoulder. Especially in the case of Robinson, who wasn't lined up in season 85 for DLSU, then decided to move to UST because he thought with the Growling Tigers he could get a better opportunity to play. And you're seeing it right now. He's getting the chance to play, but can he make the most of it? Missing free throws like that will not help his case.
Pass inside na agaw. Isaac
Sloppy
Danting.
basketball by LaSalle.
Danting, the drive. Danting.
But Noangco tipped that in.
No. But that will be credited to Isaac Danting because siya yung pinakamalapit doon.
Yes, precisely. And UST forcing the turnover and then picking up the foul on DLSU, who is in the penalty, which will mean free throws for the Growling Tigers. Stupendous effort on defense from UST, forcing LaSalle to multiple mistakes, multiple turnovers, and right now you can feel the energy and the momentum of the game is on their side. And just going back to that move by Danting, Coach Alvin, that aggressive take, even if it was Nonko who tipped that in, that aggressive take in transition led to the possibility of 2 points.
And if this goes down the line and the UST just wins by 2 points.
Lord,
Oh my God.
Lord.
What will the coaching staff say to Brian and Wonko, right? But and that's a steal there. No good for Escobedo. Robico to Boris Marasigan to no avail. That's too strong.
Tawag dyan, too much sauce. I thought Marasigan would have been better suited to just go up directly and try to finish.
Nice, good defense there by Brighton Wonko. Matthew Rubico scores.
And you can see with Rubico, gusto niya i-push yung pace, Coach Alvin. Every time he has the ball or even without it, he's trying to get down the court right away, finding opportunities to score. And in college basketball, that's exactly what you need out of your point guard.
And the patented LaSalle press. Here, Escobedo. No, it's Escobedo playing the point here. Kasi wala nga silang point guard here for this matchup.
I like how Danting has been aggressive in terms of attacking the rim, and that's something UST will need more, especially if DLSU is in penalty situation.
Danting, the shot is good for a three-pointer.
Big shot by Isaac Danting. That time, pulling up, noticing the defense and drop again. And once again, LaSalle having a hard time inbounding the basketball here.
And it's not that press na yung talagang lahat nandito, di ba?
Yes.
Matthew Rubico. Napasa na corner, Boris. Bensalida, balik kay Prince Alaw. Prince. To Brighton Wonko for three. Not the usual suspect for that three-pointer. But Tongkara gets the ball.
Exactly. And back to Ice Danting, no, he's had an interesting journey so far in his playing career. Was with LSGH, was with Ateneo, was with DLSU for a while. Finally found a home in UST. There was a chance he might have played in Season 86, but instead, he sat out and will now play in Season 87. But all that experience, all that time to train, to get better, to improve in practices, probably the best for his future. And now we might be able to see the best out of him in the big leagues. The DLSU coaching staff, on the other hand, telling Matthew Rubico, get free in these inbound possessions. You're the point guard. Dapat makuha mo yung bola, bring it down. Don't force Bright Noko to come all the way from the half-court line to receive the ball in the inbound when you're the chief playmaker.
That's a big problem if you have your center running from the end, from the front court back to the back court to get the ball.
Exactly. A 7-point lead now for UST towards the end here of the first period. Their defense has been stellar, especially when it comes to forcing LaSalle miscues. And
again, no Ford Skip Adregao, no Kyle Paranada for this UST Growling Tigers. Boris Marasigan. This guy has been silent still here. And still no good for Boris.
Yes, he missed his first 2 free throws earlier in the game, and since then just hasn't been able to build the kind of rhythm he's been playing with recently.
Almost there, almost. And Escobedo.
Munti ka na.
That could have been a highlight play there if he got away. Escobedo, that is stopped. Estacio with the drive. Nice defense again by Brighton Wonko. That is a prayer not answered. As we end our first quarter of action, it's 18-11, a 7-point lead for the Growling Tigers.
At the end of the first quarter, this is
It's 18-11 our score here. 7-point lead para dito sa UST Growling Tigers here in our second game of our Saturday doubleheader here in your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 2 presented by the Shawarma Shack. Alvin Tanyana together with Naveen Ganglani on the call here. And Naveen, that first quarter, that was a low-scoring quarter. But UST stepped it up in the last few minutes of that quarter.
Yep, for sure. The defensive pressure forcing LaSalle into turnovers, especially with the inbound situations. Kind of putting a LaSalle against LaSalle in terms of using the press, pressuring up. So far, it's been good for UST.
And one away to start here. That's an offensive foul. Good defense there by UST.
And while we have a break in action, Coach Alvin, we should mention a very talented UST high school basketball player just finished his final campaign with the UST Juniors team, Dre Dungo. And if UST can recruit him for their college team, that would be a valuable addition to their lineup.
You can see the recruitment stage of this squad of the UST Growling Tigers. You know, pangat na yung recruitment nila.
Tama.
Because of syempre, the support of their alumni, di ba?
Yep, indeed. And of course, you know, it's been a while since UST has been a formidable team in the UAAP. And when they are contenders, when they are competing, as we see Estasio with the aggressive move, that community rallies around the Growling Tigers. I think at UAP Season 87, we're going to see a lot of that.
And that's a shot clock violation here. You were talking about earlier one player that is here, Deshaun Winston. I'm seeing here Brillantes of Letran is also here watching the game. So not just from the UAP but also from the NCAA, nandito, nanonood na rin.
Indeed. And who knows, baka may NCAA player na lumipat to a UAP school soon. I mean, tingnan na lang natin what will happen. But nice turnout right now at the ENDERUN gym here in BGC. To all the fans na gusto manood ng Pinoyliga Live, 100 pesos lang per ticket. Get to see some of the brightest young stars of basketball.
Yes.
Why not, right?
Yes,
Why not?
Dyan.
Pa-interview pa kayo kay Coach Alvin.
Makikita mo nyo ba, the Woj of Philippine college basketball here.
And LaSalle is going to retain possession here, but UST unhappy. Many of the players thought that ball went off Winsalida's thigh, and it looks like they might change the call. Yes, they will change the call.
Yes, so they have returned that call here. The possession will now go to UST.
Santi Romero, the former LSGH standout, now in the game for DLSU.
And that one is a steal there. And I remember in the last game nitong si Santi Romero, just to give you a heads up, ang nangyari sa kanya, pinasok siya in the first quarter, but he was replaced kaagad dito because he was wearing the wrong shorts.
Oh, mahirap ang ganyan. And it looks like he has the right shorts naman this time. And now that he could possibly get more action, let's see how he performs. He is tasked right now to guard Estasio, UST's lead ball handler. Growling Tigers haven't really taken care of the ball here to start the second period.
Kaya low scoring to. Low scoring ang ating games. O, game natin for the second game. Earlier nanalo nga po.
Another turnover.
Yeah, that's another
UST.
turnover there. Nanalo nga kanina San Beda Red Lions against the St. Dominic College Pikemen. Oh, that was our first game. Romero, pass here. A pass stolen here by Andrews. Andrews contra Romero. Andrews with the drive and the score for Ashton Andrews.
And we've seen a lot of that from Ashton Andrews in the offseason for UST. Aggressive in transition, trying to use that athleticism and size to score. Possession prior, not a good decision by Alian to jump and leave his feet, leading to the turnover. Those jump passes are always risky, Coach Alvin, especially if you're a point guard.
And there's a foul there on Banco. No basket there.
The UST big man Tongkara getting a bit of a standing ovation from the coaches. They were pleased with how he played as Osang checks
Yes.
back in.
And yun yung maganda dito pa sa UST, no? Yeah, all players are helping each other out, di ba? Tulong-tulong sila. Agonane inside. Agonane scores there.
And the time, battle of wills, Agunane versus Osang. Henry using the glass with a soft touch to finish. And after turning the ball over in the previous possession, Alian doing a better job that time getting the ball to his big man.
And Henry Agonane, talagang yun yung veterano, ginamitan na niya ng smarts. Ito si Peter Osang. Now it's Robinson kontra Alian. That's a good matchup.
UST making it a point to attack Romero in the post. And a foul that time called on Santi.
And check foul is called on number 15. Santi Romero, that's his first three on the Green Archers. Shot clock at 14 seconds.
And now for shot clock, 14 seconds. Third team foul na yan for De La Salle. Robinson kontra Ogana. Jeremy the move. Jeremy the drive. And a basket!
Good move by Jeremy Robinson. Aggressively getting into the paint, stopping, knowing that his defender was on his hip, getting the contact and putting up the shot for the end one. This has been an impressive performance so far for the new Growling Tiger. And you're seeing what he could potentially bring to Coach Pido Horencio's team moving forward. Ang lalim ng UST sa guard depth nila moving forward, Coach
Yes.
Alvin. Paranada, Padrigao, Robinson, Estacio, Danting to some degree.
And then you have still your players in the team A.
Yes,
that are
exactly.
still there. You have Manalang still there. And then other players. And then you do have the Nick Caballero still there.
Manaytay.
Woo! What a block there by Osang. Agonane fix. Agonane. Step back. Jumper. No good. Rebound by Estacio. There is a foul.
And that's another foul on DLSU. They have 14 fouls right now. That will be the 5th. So they are in penalty situation the rest of the way this quarter, with UST ahead by 10 points. Just back to your point, Coach Alvino. All these guards coming in, one of Osang or Tongkara as an FSA coming in, Danting, Robinson, Padrigao, Paranada, Estacio. Tapos dadagdagin mo yun sa mga wings na meron na sa UST. Si Manaytay, si Cabanero. You can see why there's so much excitement for this Growling Tigers team. And right now, I think confidently you can say na UST, they're a Final Four contender.
Yeah, they
in season
are.
87.
They are. I think all of the teams naman this coming UAP season have gotten stronger, no? You cannot just say anything about UE. Yes, they lost Remogat, but still that lineup is still a very strong competitive squad.
And Coach Jackson Chago of UE is already looking for who can replace Remogat
Yes,
in terms
oo.
of who he can bring in as maybe a one and done or two and through prospect.
Or maybe a juniors prospect na can play at once, no? Dahil galing sa juniors program. Alian moves in. Ethan Alian, smother there.
Superb job so far by UST preventing the penetration of the DLSU guards, keeping the ball out of the paint.
To 2 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see. They want to go inside. Gaspay the 3. That's a shot clock violation there.
What a defensive effort so far by UST. They've limited LaSalle to only 13 points
Yes.
in nearly 14 minutes of action.
And only 2 points here
Yes.
in the second quarter.
Yes.
Because we finished the quarter at 18-11. So,
in both quarters so far, UST has put LaSalle in early foul
Penalty,
situation. Yes, exactly.
Nash and Andrews.
Ooh. And even the shots that UST are missing, they're good looks. So this lead could be bigger than it actually is.
And that is a good drive there by Ogana. Pinabayaan na lang dito ni Estacio.
And if LaSalle's going to come back in this game, that's how they're going to do it. By forcing turnovers and getting out in transition. So far, I'm intrigued by what UCOM can bring to the Green Archers. We know he's a good shooter. If he can play good defensively, he'll be a part of this team moving forward.
Timeout. UST GROWLING Tigers.
A timeout is called on the floor. 23-15, an 8-point lead for the Growling Tigers. 24 ata. Let's take a look at this USD recruit recap. This is a very long list, but you can see that these are not just any players. These are all very good players. Navin.
Exactly. A lot of talented standouts. Mark Lemit, June Melesio, of course, the younger brother of Aljun Melesio, Jeremy Robinson, and some other names there. Some players we're already seeing: Isaac Danting, Leland Estacio. Of course, the big guys, Portsky Padregao. Big guys in terms of the big names, Padregao, Paranada. A lot of excitement for UST moving forward.
And even Ryan Amsali, wala pa no? Hindi pa
Yes.
naglalaro dito
Yes.
for UST. That will be an exciting time for the UST Growling Tigers as Ogana spots up a 3 that's too short.
And you could see right there, Osang, despite giving up some inches to Agunane, not giving up in terms of strength, as we see Andrews again score in transition. But Osang that time, even when Agunane caught the ball near the paint, Osang's strength able to keep him at bay, away from the rim, and it leads to an easy 2 for UST on the other end.
Ogana will try his luck one more time from 3, still no good, and rebounded by Peter Osang. And Leland Estacio. Contra Ogana, Estacio moves in, there's a foul. That is downstairs, but penalty na nga itong koponan ng Lasal.
UST with a chance here to increase their lead to the highest it's been all game. Coaching staff of DLSU telling their players, when you're trying to prevent the penetration, don't use your hands, use your feet. LaSalle only 15 points here with 4:35 left in the second period.
Yes.
Which goes to show how much effort the Growling Tigers have put on the defensive end of the basketball court, preventing penetration, preventing easy rim shot opportunities. And you have to give credit, the whole team has played solid so far.
And Daha pinasok na dito.
And UST is doing this despite Estacio not exactly scoring a lot yet, which goes to show how defensively they've been solid. Another near turnover that time.
Now, Aldian, pass to Daha. Jake Gaspay moves in for the score.
Great move by Gaspay. Even while he was going left, he had to bring the ball back to his right side. His strong hand was still able to convert by using the glass.
And nice steal here. Matt Hukom scores.
And maybe that's the momentum builder LaSalle needs to spark a run to get back in this game. Giving UST a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, forcing turnovers by using the
Yes.
press. And right away, coaches of the UST Growling Tigers bringing Estacio back.
You need the
Better
point
ball
guard.
handling, yes. Take care of the basketball, one of the #1 rules in the game.
Agonane, the shot. And there's a foul called on Peter Osang.
And you know that time, if you're Peter Osang, you already did your job. You prevented Agunane from getting closer to the rim. You stayed there in position to guard the shot, but getting a little too close as Agunane released the ball. That's almost like doing 8 out of 10 things right, but then the 2 mistakes you make at the end just
Yes.
end up harming you. But let's see if Agunane can make these free throws.
Yeah, but that is what he needs to work on. If he really wants to stay on the floor, most especially come UAP time, he needs to make those free throws.
Yes. And that's an area that basketball players really get better at as they get older, maybe as they get to the pros. The patience, the maturity. But those who are able to develop that early on in their careers in college basketball could make the difference of a win or loss in the big collegiate leagues.
Another steal. A pass inside for the score for Matocom. And another timeout for Coach Jap Screwan as their lead has been cut down to 5, 27-22.
Timeout, UST GROWLING TIGERS.
Dalawa sunod na timeout. We saw earlier the long list of that UST recruit. Now it's time to look at the DLSU yung recruit recap, and you can see Rubico, Gaspay, Alian, Marasigan, Ryle Melesio, Deron Mitchell, still not yet here, Matucom, Santi Romero, Henry Agunane, Justin Buenaventura, and Jacob Cortez.
May isang pangalan pa dyan, hindi pa nadadagdag. Pero soon enough, if you know, you know.
Yan ba yung aabangan natin?
Oo, abangan nyo yan.
Yan ba yung Navinggang Lani?
I wish.
That's a turnover.
In my dreams.
Magbabalik ba si Navinggang Lani sa Lasal for his pastoral?
Depende, na-increase na ba yung age limit?
Jeremy Robinson now gets the ball. Yung mga...
Ooh, SJ Moore picking up his dribble that time. And now, USC has to reset offensive possession. Let's see what Robinson does.
That's short there. And a pass here, Ethan Alian scoring.
Great decision that time. Great go-ahead pass to get Alian the easy 2 points. LaSalle back in this game, cutting the USD lead to 3. And it started on the defensive side of the basketball court.
Jeremy Robinson, no good. Andrews, and he was fouled there.
Again, Andrews making winning plays for the UST GROWLING TIGERS, using that athleticism and ability to finish near the rim to his advantage, as we see Makalalag checking in the game again for the Green Archers. UST's transition defense hasn't been good the last few minutes, partner. It's been easy opportunities, 2-on-1 advantages, 3-on-2 breaks. And as Noanko now going to check back in the game to give Agonane a breather.
Now the question here right now, Naveen, is it the Topex Robinson effect? You have your head coach here in the venue watching you, and you know that how LaSalle plays right now is pesky, and that full court press is really there. Is that the Topex Robinson effect?
Absolutely. And if you're a player for LaSalle right now, the head coach of the team is here in attendance, you're trying to show out no matter who you are. If you're a veteran like Makalalag or Abadam, you're trying to prove that you deserve bigger responsibilities next season. If you're one of the incoming point guards like Alian or Ala or Rubico, you're trying to prove that you can get that starting point guard spot that's, void now that Nelly is leaving DLSU. And if you're one of the Team B guys, you're trying to prove that you have it. You have what it takes to make Team A. And it starts in the defensive end of the court.
And yes, you saw earlier the names such as Jacob Cortez. You won't have Jacob Cortez yet here for next season. That's why players such as Matthew Rubico, Ethan Alian should step up. Kasi nga, that point guard is big hole yung mawawala, even Nela is not there.
You see a break in action right now. Are we going to? No, play is going to continue.
Yeah. And I think, yung flooring natin medyo basa lang.
Coach Alvin, think of this hypothetical situation na. Hypothetical hindi ko rin na-report to. Mike Cortez, assistant coach, DLSU Green Archers. Hypothetically, does that sound exciting for LaSalle fans?
Well, again, there's unfinished business there for Mike Cortez. So, aside from having your Jacob there, why not help it winning another title, di ba?
Exactly.
Possibly. If you have that, di ba?
Exactly.
And you have other players naman ready to help out. I've spoken with other players and they really want to help with this squad.
For UST here, part of the UST coaching staff, the last few minutes have to be very disappointing. The inability to take care of the basketball has really allowed DLSU back in this game. UST was already ahead by 12, 27-15. Since then, it's been an 11-1 run for DLSU. And they've done that by forcing turnovers, getting easy transition opportunities. Makalalag almost giving LaSalle the lead that time. Let's see if UST can end the drought.
SJ Moore, no good. Look at that high-flying action there. Pero he was smothered by the defense of Brighton Wanko. Ernest Daha the shot. In and out there. Rebound recovered there by JC Makalalag. Makalalag. Alian, the perimeter shot. No good. Rebounded by Andrews.
Look to see UST maybe get Andrews a little more involved. They need some of that penetration he was providing earlier as Estacio actually finds an open lane and gets to go to the free throw line. After the foul was called on Duanco, he looked disappointed on how he was called for a foul. But the DLSU coaching staff also telling him, have to put your hands up, keep verticality up when someone is attacking the rim. Because he put his arms down in that last possession, Estacio is going to get free throws. And a breakdown in the perimeter defense of LaSalle, allowing Estacio the open lane to get to the ring.
And Leland Estacio makes the first free throw to go. Again, tatlo na si Brighton Wanko.
Also worth noting, Earl Abadam actually sporting a new mustache.
Wow, yes.
So for his many fans, that's something I'm sure they will look forward to.
Time out there by LaSalle now as they're down by 4, 30-26.
Pinoyliga Cup number 1. 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 Pinoyliga Cup number 1.
Let's take a look at the last game of nitong nitong UST kontra St. Dominic College of Asia Pikemen, 67-54. And UST out-rebounded St. Dom, yes, because they do have two FSAs there in Tongkara and Osang, 44-28. But the assists, it's more on the St. Dom. You can see there, 8 assists for Fortsky Padrigao, 8 out of the 10. So, that is still a needed thing to work on for UST. And field goals halos the same lang din naman. But what can you say about the output on the assist numbers for UST in that win?
Well, very good in terms of sharing the basketball. And when you have a point guard like Fortsky Padrigao leading the way in terms of decision-making and ball movement, that's what you can expect from your team. You know, a lot of action, ball moving left to right. And you can see UST has really missed Fortsky's presence in this contest.
But will that be a big problem if you see 8 assists for Fortsky but only a total of 10 overall for UST?
Well, it depends how they played overall, no? Because sometimes you let one ball handler make the decisions, and if he can set up his teammates, sometimes that's all you need.
Andrews here with the drive, no good. Rebound recovered here by SJ Moore.
That time Andrews shied away from the contact against Bunsalida instead of getting to the rim completely and drawing the foul.
And Andrews there, but Tongkara gets the ball there.
Exactly.
And mukhang tinamaan yung kamay dito ni Ashon Andrews.
Exactly. He's holding on to that hand right now, but let's see. It looks like he's going to be okay. Last possession time here for DLSU.
Alian the drive outside. Ernest Daha the three. No good. Rebound by Tongkara. Last shot time still. Estacio gets the ball. Estacio, no good. Rebound, and that will be it to end the quarter. As the UST Growling Tigers takes a 3-point lead heading into halftime, 32-29. We'll be right back.
We have now reached halftime. Our score is 32-28 in favor of the UST GROWLING Tigers.
(32-28) the score. It's a 4-point lead for the UST Growling Tigers against the De La Salle Green Archers. And right now we are doing our halftime interviews here. And in this kind of a matchup, a UAAP rivalry matchup, we should have a very special interview as we have our very own Naveen Ganlani with a very, very special guest on the floor right now. Naveen, take it away.
Coach Alvin, when you say very, very special guest, you are right. We are joined by Deshaun Winston, former UAP MVP candidate, one of the best ever to lace them up in the college basketball game. Shawnee, welcome to Pinoyliga. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. And I'm guessing you're here for two reasons. One, to watch your former team, the Green Archers, and two, to support your guy, Jeremy Robinson, who's with UST.
Yeah, I'm here to support Jeremy and some of my friends from DLSU like Earl and JC. And Bright, so I knew it was going to be a good matchup and it'll be a pretty entertaining game.
Let's put your analyst hat on for a second. What do you think has led to the current score of the game? What's UST doing right? What's DLSU doing right?
They're pressuring really hard in the backcourt. They both are struggling a little bit with the pressure, and they missed a few easy shots, but they're playing really hard and super aggressive.
In terms of being aggressive, do you like Jeremy's aggressiveness, getting to the rim, trying to score in the paint?
Yeah, of course. Jeremy's aggressiveness, and it's funny, Jeremy and Bright used to be roommates, and so now he's going at the basket towards Bright. So it's an interesting rivalry right now.
What differentiates college basketball from the pro game in the Philippines? What makes college basketball so special, in your opinion?
The energy and the pace that they play with. There's a lot of in the college level, and they're just going all out and playing their hearts out. pretty good, strong group. I'm still a DLSU fan, so of course, go DLSU. But they'll have a really strong team this year.
Let's get a prediction from Shawnee. Right now it's 32-28 at halftime. Shawnee, who wins this game? Green Archers or Growling Tigers?
I have to go with the Green Archers. Unless Jeremy Robinson hits a game winner. But it'll be Green Archers.
That was Shawnee Winston. Everybody, thanks for joining me, bro. Appreciate it, man.
32-28 the score. It's a 4-point lead for the UST Growling Tigers against the De La Salle Green Archers here in your Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 2 presented by the Shawarma Shack. Alvin Tanyana together with Naveen Ganglani on the call as we are about to start the third quarter of action here, and we do have some halftime stats right now to be shown. Or I think there you go, this halftime stats. Ito, field goal shooting, Naveen. Mas marami yung napasok nitong De La Salle. 10 out of 18, while for UST 7 out of 18. But the rebounds is in the favor of UST, 19-17. Assists 6-2, and steals here 6-3 in the steals. Blocks in favor also of La Salle. So sa depensa, maganda yung tinakbo nila dito as Isaac Danting leading the way with 8 points and JC Makalalag with 9 points.
There's some of the shooting capabilities that Osang has, especially from the mid-range area. And with big men staying down there in the paint, protecting the rim, if he can hit that consistently, that would be a very unique weapon for UST to have.
And Peter Osang, and he will be called for the foul there.
Right there defensively, Osang going to blitz and trap the ball handler for DLSU, then trying to get back to the rolling Agunane in time, but as he did, bumps Agunane on the catch, and that leads to a foul. First half, I felt like the team, Coach Alvin, that did a better job taking care of the ball and forcing turnovers, was controlling the momentum. Let's see who does a better job of limiting the mistakes here in the second half.
That will be how. Let's see how both teams really should adjust here, because you will be surprised. More field goals tong La Salle, but they were down here. They are down to start the half. So, see how things will spread out here with the free throw shooting in favor of UST. That shot, and you were talking about this guy, Ashton Andrews. He needs to really put up more offense for UST.
Exactly, Ashton Andrews in his first UAP season. Not a lot of playing time with the UP Fighting Maroons, riding the bench a lot. But like we're now seeing with Anton Eusebio, as Abadam makes a move there, like we're seeing with Anton Eusebio in CSB, once some of these players are given the opportunity to play their game and show what they're capable of, they can portray skills that can be very helpful to their respective teams, and UST will be able to take advantage of what Ashton Andrews brings to the table.
And now Earl Abadam will be shooting free throws here.
The last thing you want if you're LaSalle here is to let UST build momentum and build another lead. When LaSalle really spent a major chunk of the first half trying to come back from UST's lead, which at one point went up to 12.
Yes, it was as much as 12. And look at that defense by Earl Abadam on Estacio. And Estacio moves in, and that is... La possession will go to De La Salle here.
And Earl Abadam giving Estacio a taste of what to expect when he plays UAAP basketball. Even if Estacio was able to escape the pressure defense of Abadam, Agunane was there waiting for him at the rim to defend the shot.
And you saw the adjustment dito. You saw that, you see that Estacio usually matched up against the guys like Rubico. Now he is playing that point guard against Abadam.
Yes, and right there, a foul was called on Tongkara against Agunane. Thanks in large part to the quick move by Agunane to attack. Sometimes as a defender, when you notice the offensive player gets a step on you, the natural instinct is to put your arm out to stop them, no? And that can lead to fouls and maybe even penalty situation early in the quarter.
Rubico, the three by Matthew Rubico, no good. Rebounded by Estacio. Now, tinan mo, nakikita mo yung palitan. Kanina Abadam, ngayon Makalalag naman, no? Defending Estacio. So they're going match for match and the height. Estacio moves in. Leland Estacio, foul there by JC Makalalag.
Good move that time by Estacio. Doing a better job dribbling the basketball, attacking the open lane, and then noticing just right as Makalalag is there for the contact, goes up and draws the foul.
And now Leland Estacio will shoot 2 free throws here. And that is a good adjustment made by Coach Oliver Bunyi. Yung ginawa nga niya na itong matchup against Estacio because Estacio is a very tall point guard. He can match up from the post. Pwede niyang postehan from the high post Itong point guard like Rubico kanina, si Alian. Ngayon, a matchup with Estacio and Macalalag or Estacio against Abadam, kayang-kaya. And then,
Exactly,
you know that SJ Moore will not play somewhat like the same with Estacio na popostehan niya. Ito si Rubico. So,
Yes.
good adjustment there. Putting Rubico on SJ Moore.
Exactly. And let's see what else UST tries to do, what other matchups they try to attack. Remember earlier in the first half when Santi Romero was in the game, the Growling Tigers made it a point to attack him in the post a few times. And that led to LaSalle subbing Romero out early.
Agonane inside, and it goes in.
Strong move that time by Henry Agonane. And you can see there's still ways to go in terms of him building that upper body strength to attack opposing big men in the paint. But using the glass can be an effective weapon, especially if you're big.
Tongkara has the ball, gives it up to Estacio. Estacio the drive, no good. Tongkara scores!
That time Agonane gambling a little bit, going out, trying to create a turnover on the perimeter player, which left Tongkara an open lane to get that offensive rebound.
That was not a good pass by Rubico. Tongkara gives it up to Danting, balik kay Estacio. 3-man substitution about to enter for De La Salle in the next dead ball. Andrews moves in. Andrews, no good. And what a defense there by Henry Agonane.
Oh,
Nice
good pass by
behind.
Rubico to Macalalag.
Oh,
And
that's
goaltend.
goaltending.
So the Growling Tigers, particularly Andrews, not happy with that goaltending call, but it looked like Macalalag shot hit the board first before Andrews was able to block that. Referees trying to make sure there's the right amount of players in the court right now.
Yes, oo.
And also, just the possession beforehand, Andrews decided to take the floater against Agonane instead of taking him one-on-one at the rim. And that was a good decision, just not enough shooting touch in the floater attempt by Andrews.
Oo, mahaba rin kasi ito si Agonane, no? And when you have a player like Agonane na iaangat yung bola, you have to just float it up.
Exactly.
No good, and 14 seconds reset here. Danting for 3. There's a foul plus a basket there.
Big time shot that time by Isaac Danting. That's his second jumper of today's game. I believe he was the leading scorer maybe of UST in the first half. He had 8 points and really getting the offense going here again in the third period.
Yung momentum kasi nung pag-angat nito ni Jake Gaspay, that caught him off guard.
Yes.
And that's a foul.
Exactly. And you know those close-out defensive sequences where you're trying to get out to the perimeter and defend the three-point attempt of the opposition? You need to do it controlled, otherwise it could lead to situations like that. And again, partner, we talked about it earlier. UST building this lead. Building it up back to 9.
Yes, once again, you know?
Yep.
Pero you saw what happened in that second quarter, di ba? Ganyan din yan, di ba? Coach Oliver let his players play, di ba? And nagulat tayo, no? Dumikit na lang into a 1-point lead. Even a tied ball game.
Tama. And LaSalle's offense has struggled to generate baskets in this game. So far, a lot of their scoring opportunities have come after creating turnovers against UST and scoring in transition. But in terms of half-court play, not great conversion rate for DLSU. This time, Coach Alvin, it's UST that's in early foul trouble here with 5:45 left in the third period, already 14 fouls.
And naging aggressive na rin. It's going inside on offense ito. And there's another foul there on Suba.
And that will put UST in the penalty, which means the rest of this period, DLSU will shoot free throws.
Foul is called on number 21, Jason Suba, penalty. That's his third personal.
9-point lead for UST. They led by as many as 12 in the first half. DLSU, on the other hand, I believe their largest lead of the game was when it was 5-2 in the early goings. But since then, it's been mostly the Growling Tigers taking control of this game.
And even the free throws are missing here. Na I heard kanina halftime when at least 3 minutes remaining, sabi ni Coach Oliver Bunye, punta kayo sa kabila, mag-shooting kayo ng free throws. And the free throws, there you go. That's 1 out of 2 on the trip.
Well, hasn't free throws always been a problem for the DLSU Green Archers over the years?
Yes. Even their star players, having problems with that. So, Estacio, Suba to Escobedo. That's
Turnover that
an
time for UST.
unforced turnover there.
And those unforced errors will drive coaches crazy as we see Robinson check in right away to replace Escobedo.
43-35 the score. Almost in the halfway mark of the third quarter. Ethan Alian, uy! Ang ganda sana ng galaw na yon. Nag-alangan lang siya, no?
Yeah, Alian was caught in mid-air between pass or shot.
Danting, no good. Rebounded by Bright and Wanko. Erla
Badam
Badam.
getting extended minutes here in the third period compared to the first half.
Alian looking for that left side. And Wanko scores.
So interestingly, the switch there led to Nwanko getting an advantage against a smaller Estacio. And right away, DLSU capitalizes on that opportunity to score and cut this lead down to 6.
4 minutes and 30 remaining here in the third. And again, DLSU making a run back. Estacio now. Estacio for 3, no good. And that is one thing that he needs to work on consistently, is his outside shots. Boris Marasigan drives and there's a foul.
With DLSU's defense right now, every time USC tries to attack Nwanko in drop, but otherwise the other Green Archers switching every action, and that's led to some contested jumpers here for UST in the third period. And on the other end, UST unable to control their fouls, leading to DLSU free throw situations. Marasigan now with a chance to get his first points of the game. 0 of 3 from the free throw line now for Boris Marasigan. 4:30 left, or rather 4:09 left here in the third period. 6-point lead, DLSU only 2 team fouls as Marasigan goes 0 for 4
2
from the foul line now.
Jeremy Robinson barreling his way. And there's a foul there.
Those are 2 buddies going at it. Jeremy Robinson and Bright Nwanko were roommates when Robinson was a DLSU Green Archer, as revealed to us by Deshaun Winston during our halftime interview earlier. And that time, a good take by Robinson, getting to the chest of the defender, trying to draw in the contact and get to the free throw line. Fearless move by the incoming Growling Tiger.
That's a miss rather here. So both teams, free throws having a problem, or being a problem here.
Exactly. Agunane back in the contest now, replacing Nwanko after that last foul. Ooh, misses
That's a
from both
miss.
squads at the foul stripe.
Alian.
Oh.
Oh, nice pick up there by Robinson.
Not a good pass by Alian. Took too much time to get that to the corner.
Danting. The pass here to Banco. SJ Moore. SJ for 3. That's short. Rebounded by Alian. Alian steps. 3. On the way. That's short. Rebound by Danting.
Alian missed Buensalida open there, attacking the lane in transition and then wide open in the paint.
Banco to Robinson. Robinson. But there's a foul.
So I believe that's now 14 fouls on DLSU with 3:20 left in the third period. Or that might just be the fourth. Yes, correct. So any DLSU foul, the remainder of the third period will lead to UST free throws.
Now, Hukom, a sweet shooting guard, back in here together with Ernest Daha. Oh, let's see how things will go here. Robinson moves in. The pass. Banco. That's a shot clock violation.
You need to have better clock awareness if you're the Growling Tigers that time. Got to win the possession battles when you're in college basketball.
Makalalag now bringing down the ball here for LaSalle.
Yes, interestingly now, no Rubicon, no Alian, Makalalag being the point guard here for DLSU as Marasigan continues to struggle.
Yes,
Gets the ball back.
Agonane moves in. Agonane is strong. And Hukom scores.
Oh, good job that time by Hukom. Crashing the offensive glass and putting back the basket.
Now it's back to a 4-point lead here, Navin.
Yep.
Jeremy Robinson. Danting the three. And that's a big three there from Isaac Danting.
And his jump shot has been pure all game long. Every time UST needs a basket, it seems like Danting steps up just at the right time. But Marasigan
Too strong. Too
pressing
strong
the
to drive.
issue a little bit right now, continuing to struggle.
SJ Moore fouled there by Boris Marasigan. Frustration foul yan.
Yep, and that puts DLSU in penalty the rest of the way in the third quarter. And just when it looked like LaSalle was about to rally in this game, trim into that UST lead, here comes the Growling Tigers. Danting hits a pull-up triple, and now SJ Moore to the free throw line with a chance to extend this lead back up to 9.
And now SJ Moore. But you can see there, yung confidence into SJ Moore. He gets the drive on the basket. Even though walang clear cut to the basket, he just drived it home, seeing that the defender was not ready for that.
And you know, I've noticed, Coach Alvin, this quarter, it seems like the Growling Tigers are making an extra effort to really attack DLSU's
Yes.
big man and attack them on the chest. Straight, aggressive, perhaps to get them in foul trouble or perhaps to open opportunities for their teammates to grab offensive rebounds.
And JC Makalalag, that is a turnover once again for De La Salle. We ended the quarter with a 4-point lead for UST. Now it's an UST is still +4 here in this third quarter.
Yes, an 8-point advantage for UST with a chance to increase it further here. Again, DLSU having trouble converting on offense. And they're going without a point guard in this lineup right now.
SJ Moore, that's a dagger three.
11-point lead for UST. Their largest so far in this game has been 12. And that pull-up, of course, encouraging for a UST fan. You want to see SJ Moore develop that outside game. We know how athletic he is. We know that he can attack. But can he hit jumpers too?
Makalalag smothered by the defense. And it will go to UST.
And you can see LaSalle right now still struggling to generate offensive opportunities. They're trying out different lineup combinations, different players. But so far, UST able to provide an answer to anything LaSalle tries to throw their way.
And again, what's in store for this matchup? A win here by either one of these two teams will mean that they will have solo leadership at Group A of our team standings. Because apat silang tabla-tabla doon at 2-1, di ba? CSB, UST, LaSalle, and San Beda.
And for UST to potentially win this game, even without Padregao, even without Paranada, would be such a confidence booster for these young Growling Tigers. Robinson, really, you can feel his energy and his aggressiveness. It seems like he really wants to win this game for UST. We mentioned earlier, Coach Alvin, he might have a chip on his shoulder given that he's playing against a team that he used to be with. And he's playing like it.
Now, Ogana makes the basket there.
A second jumper now that Ogana has hit in this contest.
Robinson, a pass there. And good defense by Ogana. Good offense, good defense. Ogana, the jumper. Patay ang butike.
Way off. Not enough balance in his shot.
And another steal there by Ogana. Two straight there. Hukom. And Jeremy Robinson says access denied.
Good job by Robinson that time. Going straight up, hands in the air, keeping his verticality, and saving UST from giving up 2 points to DLSU. But UST needs to do a better job taking care of the ball here. Remember, in the end of the first half, that's how LaSalle got back in the contest, taking advantage of UST's miscues.
Now, Ogana, this guy has been terrific in the last few plays. And Prince Alao, no good for the three. Rebound recovered here by Matt Hukom. Outside.
Showing good offensive rebounding chops.
Agunane, no good on the drive. Daha gets the ball. Hukom for three. No! Rebounded by Estacio.
Great effort by Moore as Andrews gets the open lane and dunks it!
Oh! Ashen Andrews ending the third quarter with a slam. And that is how you end a quarter. It's an 11-point lead for the UST Growling Tigers, 52-41.
At the end of 3 quarters of play, the score is 41.
And taking a look at our team standings, napag-usapan na natin to kanina. It's a 4-way tie right now at the top of Group A, 2-1. UST, Benilde, De La Salle, and San Beda all have 2-1 record. St. Dominic 1-2, they lost earlier, and Adamson 0-2. ENDERUN still yet to debut here in the tournament. While in Group B, nakita natin the unusual suspect, UB, University of Batangas 3-0, Mapua 2-0. Then you have Arellano 2-2, UP 1-1, EAC 1-1, Lyceum 1-3, and University of Perpetual Health Binyan Saints at 0-3. Alvin Tanyana together with the Woj of Philippine Collegiate Basketball himself, Naveen Ganglani on the call here.
Appreciate it, Coach Alvin. Nakilig naman ako doon. I'm just so excited that we get to watch this game. Two solid teams. You know, even if they don't have the main players of both teams, we really see the talent that's underneath, the talent that's in the horizon, on the rise. And what a performance so far from UST. You have to love their consistent two-way play so far.
And you can see here the score. May mali lang yan dyan, ha? Pero it was a double overtime win by De La Salle against CSB. And you can see there 91-90. That was our final score. And Boris Marasigan led the way there. But Boris Marasigan has been struggling here in this matchup.
Struggling with scoring. I don't think he's scored yet. He's also 0 out of 4 from the free throw line. And Agunanes really struggled with some of these attacks to the rim too. He's doing a good job, at least defensively, keeping the Growling Tigers at bay when they penetrate to the rim. But on the other end, LaSalle needs his production.
LaSalle bringing down the leather here. And how exciting is it right now to see the players right now that mayroon tinatawag na lipatan serye in college basketball. A lot of players have been transferring, and you have been covering the college basketball for a very long time already. What can you say about yung mga lipatan serye natin for the season?
Well, it really depends on the situation, Coach Alvin. Why would the player be transferring? Are they transferring from a high school to another college? Or are they transferring from one college to another college? And of course, there's a risk factor involved naman there. It's not like pag transfer ka next season, lalaro ka kagad, may residency yan.
Yes.
And you know, what I always say is the career span of a basketball player isn't the same career span as other professions. You know, a lawyer, a writer, a doctor, any other profession, businessman, you can do that till your 60s, your 70s. As SJ Moore, no, the basket's not going to count. But UST really, with control of this game's energy. But going back to my original point, Coach Alvin, a basketball player, sometimes the physical tools required to play the game has a certain limit. So if they want to take advantage of their abilities at a young age, then they have the right to do so. Let's see if Bright Nuanco checking into the game might be able to help LaSalle a little more with offensive production. Agunane checking out of the game, solid defensively, but offensively just has not impacted the game the way DLSU has needed him to.
And now Leland Estacio hits the jumper there.
Exactly. And this is the largest lead of the game for UST at 15.
And a timeout is called by the LaSalle Green Archers. Lumobo na lamang sa 15, 56-41. Timeout, LaSalle Green Archers. 56-41 the score, 8 minutes and 48 remaining here. And talking about yun nga, pinag-uusapan natin yung mga lipatan serye. Ray Remogat transferred now to UP. Jacob Cortez to LaSalle. So the point guards nakikita natin getting ready for the next few seasons, you know? Because and hopefully we get to see them here in the Pinoyliga next Man Cup. So because they will be playing the next Team B, but how ready can these teams be with the additions of major players such as Remogat and Jacob Cortez?
Well, again, it will take a year for those new players to get used to their new teams. That's what residency will help them out with, also getting used to the systems of their coaches. As UCOM continues to impress in this game, if you're a LaSalle fan, just watch the way he moves off the ball when he's trying to crash the rebounds, when he's trying to score. Interesting young player for the Green Archers here.
And he's not just a shooter, he's a scorer.
Exactly. Last play too, he was open for the pass, but Makalalag just wasn't able to deliver the ball to him.
Now, SJ Moore with a highlight dunk earlier that did not count. Misses the three.
And even if SJ Moore hit a three-pointer earlier, if you UST, you want a better shot than that, especially because time is on your side right now. No need to take rush three-pointers.
And the Holcomb there, no good with a three. Rebounded here by UST. SJ Moore. Escobedo. Balik dito kay Leland Estacio and Estacio. Estacio. Defended by Abadam. Uy! Good defense there. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
5 seconds left on the shot clock here for UST. Interested to see what they run to get a good look.
Maybe a quick backdoor play. Let's see. And pinatama nga lang dito. It's a turnover. Matthew Rubico. Pass here. Earl Abadam. Labas mo na yung bola. Matt Hukom. No good.
Good take by UCOM. Just wasn't able to finish.
Abadam, the shot. Still no good. And you see that
Exactly.
LaSalle has been struggling here.
The offense for LaSalle has been non-existent for major stretches of this game. UST still ahead by 13 with under 7 minutes to go.
SJ Moore the drive. And Makalalag with the rebound. Gives it up to Matt Hukom. SJ Moore, another steal
Great
for SJ
effort.
Moore.
Yes, exactly.
Tongkara with a slam.
Go ahead, pass on point. Tongkara gets the easy two. UST back ahead by 15 points. They have been dominant in the second half, Coach Alvin.
It has been a slam dunk party here in the second half.
And a lot of their best offensive plays have come off good defensive stops.
Matthew Rubico missing. So another player that missing here is Matthew Rubico. Ashton Andrews fell in the basket.
Exactly. UST now increasing their largest lead of the game to 17. And if you're LaSalle, if you're part of the LaSalle coaching staff right now, not great body language from the Green Archers. No one getting back on defense at that time. An easy 2-for-1 opportunity for UST that leads to 2 points, maybe 3 if Andrews makes this free throw.
Na, ito lumobo na. Namagana tong lamang na to sa 17.
Tama.
6
tama.
minutes and 11 remaining here in the fourth.
And also UST doing a better job staying out of foul trouble this quarter. 0 team fouls so far.
Yes, and in the third quarter, sila yung unang pumasok sa penalty. As Andrews makes the free throw.
Andrews continues to play really well in the offseason for the Growling Tigers. I think safe to say he has a spot in season 87.
Yeah. Ang dami nilang ang dami ng Phil-Ams that can really step it up for the UST Growling Tigers. And inside to Bright Anwangco. Anwangco no good. Rebound by Anwangco, and there will be a foul, I think, on Peter Osang. Let's double check.
And despite the height advantage Agunane and Nwangpo have had against Osang and Tongkara, the UST big men doing a good job protecting the rim, making it hard for DLSU's big to finish near the basket. And that has really helped the Growling Tigers get out in transition and run. And if you're UST, considering everyone you have in this roster, those available in this game, like Andrews, like Robinson, like Danting, and those who are still going to join the team, like Paranada, like Padregao, Cabanero, these are guys who, if you give them the ball in fast break situations, they can put points up in a hurry.
And right, take note, hindi pa nga ginamit dito sila Mark Lemet, di ba? No Mark Lemet here in the rotation.
Yes.
No Earl Sapasap. And again, no Paranada and Fordsky Padregao. What else can AUST expect, for this coming season?
Exactly. A lot to be excited about.
And SJ Moore. Moore, the jumper. No good. Isaac Danting, the three, no good. And Matthew Rubico with the rebound.
Good defense that time by Nwangco, knowing Danting has been on point so far with these perimeter shots, getting up and switching that defensive position.
And a big three there by Earl Abadam, cutting
Yes.
down the lead to 13.
So if LaSalle's going to make a late push to get back in this game, now is the time, but they have to force turnovers.
Yeah, they've done that in the second period, remember? So let's see if they can still do that here. That never say die mentality of a Topex Robinson mentored squad. The jumper, no good. And Brighton Wanko with the rebound.
Good
Forward.
go-ahead pass by
Yes.
Rubico.
But, yun lang,
makalalag
nilabas pa ni Makalalag.
deciding not to attack Andrews.
JC. The pass,
And the
Matthew Rubico. Bang! Don't look now. It is just down to a 10-point lead. 61-51. Timeout, UST.
Timeout, UST Growling Tigers.
Timeout.
And again, taking a look at the recruits of the UST Growling Tigers. Mark Lemet, Jun Menencio. You have Jeremy Robinson, formerly of DLSU. Then Jason Suba from Kian University. John Abate, not here. Isaac Danting from Ateneo. Then you have Ryan Amasali from San Beda. Kyle Paranada from UE. Ashan Andros from UP, Leland Estacio from West Valley College, Peter Osang, and that last name, Fordsky Padregao from Ateneo. Those are big names to be looked forward to this coming UAAP season. Who will make that 15-man lineup of Coach Pido Arencio?
Yes. Interestingly, back-to-back seasons, the runner-up for MVP, Padregao, and then Remogat switched schools. So a lot of movement happening in the off-season in the collegiate league.
SJ Moore, no good. Rebounded by Gaspay. And here comes the Green Archers. Earl Abadam scoring, cutting down the lead to 8.
And there it is. Here's the LaSalle final push to try and get back in this game. And you can feel the energy of the game shifting to the Green Archers' favor here. Who from UST can step up and put an end to this run?
Osang for 3! That's big!
And Peter Osang says, why not me?
And you look at that press there. Gaspay, pass to Abadam. This guy has been special for LaSalle here in the quarter, but that's a miss. And that will be last touch on Peter Osang.
That was such a big shot by Osang, giving UST an 11-point lead once again with 3.5 to go in the contest. If UST can get a stop here, they will be in good position to close out this game. And if you're LaSalle, now's a good time to run one of your favorite baseline plays.
Gaspay gets the ball. Matthew Rubico, no good on the three. Rebound by Isaac Danting.
Great look for Rubico. Great look. Wide open, but unable to convert.
And Estacio better be careful. He has 4 fouls. Goes to Estacio. Danting the 3. That's big!
And that might be the dagger. Isaac Danting, how fitting, considering he has been one of the big-time players for UST in this contest. On point with that outside shot all game long. That's one name to look out for, UAAP fans. He will be a keeper for years to come.
Makalalag there, the drive na agaw ni Estacio. But Anwangko able to get the ball. Osang says, my fault there. Abadam. The pass to Bright. To the left side, JC Makalalag. Anwangko. Reverse, no good. Jake Gaspay fouled. And he will shoot 2.
Great job by Gaspay, crashing the offensive glass, giving LaSalle another opportunity. And with 2:11 left, a chance here to put points on the board with the clock not moving at the free throw line could help their cause. But LaSalle has to play mistake-free basketball the rest of the way if they want even the slightest chance to get back in this contest.
But that will not help. The free throws.
Nope.
Kanina pinag-usapan natin to. Yung free throws, heading into the second half, sinabi nga ni Coach Oliver, mag-shoot kayo ng free throws. And you see the free throws can be that major factor if
Exactly.
LaSalle goes on to lose this one
And
game.
one of the reasons also why LaSalle struggled is they've missed the offensive production of Boris Marasigan, who is having his first troublesome contest or performance, should we say, in Pinoyliga. So far, he's been solid in his first 2 games, but today, just unable to find the bottom of the basket. And for UST, a lot of guys stepping up. Andrews, Danting, Osang. Let's see if someone does it again here.
And that last 2 minutes was brought to you by Pinoyliga Cup merchandise. Purchased by the Pinoyliga Cup Lazada and Shopee store page or message us through the Pinoyliga Cup messenger for inquiries. That's a miss there. Makalalag. Abadam, kumasa ng 3. Pasok yan!
And Abadam aggressive looking for his shot here in the 4th period. But is it too little too late?
Let's
for
see
the
here.
Green Archers?
Almost there. And Danting.
And look for UST to melt the clock here.
And Estacio. Estacio the drive. No good. Rebounded by Enwanko.
Tough shot that time. 10-point lead. A minute to go in this game.
Rubico. Moves in. Rubico the drive. Rubico. Foul in the basket.
What a finish by the former Lyceum High School standout.
Forcing foul is called on number 1, Leonard Estacio.
So the lead for UST is down to 8 as Estacio fouls out of the contest. If Rubico makes this free throw, cuts the lead to 7, it will be very important for UST to take care of the basketball. The last thing you want, if you're the Growling Tigers, after this free throw, make or miss, is to give the ball up on this side of the court, which would lead
Yes.
to a potential easy 2 points for DLSU.
Yes, ang press yung press nitong LaSalle, maitawid mo man lang dito and then just melt the clock
Exactly.
for UST.
Expect LaSalle to possibly blitz the ball handler right after this inbound.
Matthew Rubico makes it a 7-point lead. But still under a minute here. 3 possession games still here. Let's see who will step up with Leland Estacio already fouling out.
Looks like it's going to be Ice Danting.
Escobedo. Pass. Danting. Danting! That's a big three!
And he has been on fire all game long as LaSalle calls for a timeout.
And a timeout is called here by the De La Salle Green Archers. It's a 10-point lead for the UST Growling Tigers.
Timeout, De La Salle Green Archers.
So, 35 seconds left in this game. This is LaSalle's last chance, partner, to potentially make a late rally, but UST in great position in large part because of the performance of Ice Danting. Two big-time shots here in the fourth quarter by the new Growling Tiger for season 87.
And now having problems inbounding, they get the ball to Nwanko.
Oh, Rubico!
Oh, what a shot there for three.
What a shot by Matthew Rubico. Great last few possessions for the incoming De La Salle Green Archer.
And a timeout on the floor right now by UST. Still a 30.6 seconds remaining. Here, 7-point lead for UST.
.30 seconds left in this game, partner. 70-63 in favor of UST. You're the Growling Tigers here. Again, the last thing you want is to commit a turnover that would give DLSU momentum and another chance to cut into this lead further. But if UST can get the ball inbounded cleanly, perhaps melt some clock, that would put them in prime position to close this contest out.
Now
No
let's-
Estacio already fouled out.
No
Who will
Estacio.
take charge?
No Fortsky Padrigao, no Paranada. Navin. So
Yep.
let's see how things will work out here. 30.61 seconds. 7-point lead. Still a slim chance for De La Salle here.
And of
they
course,
just have to put on good defense here.
And
Go
they're-
to Osang.
double team
And-
right away.
And look at the double team and a jump ball there.
And yes, LaSalle forces a jump ball. Possession to DLSU. So
And Coach Oliver Bunyi wants to call a timeout to make sure that they will make a point here. 70-63 the score.
Timeout, De La Salle Green Archers.
Pinoyliga Cup number 1. 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 Pinoyliga Cup number 1.
So 70 to 63 here in favor of UST, partner.
Yes.
DLSU 21 seconds to try and make a late game comeback.
Shot clock, game clock differential of at least 7.7 seconds here.
Yes. And look for DLSU to maybe go to either Rubik or Abadam, who have been on fire in the fourth period.
Let's go here on display. And they go to Abadam. Abadam spots up on Ray. That's short. And rebounded here by Danting. And Danting will dribble it out here. And there will be a foul there on Matthew Rubico.
And that's only the 14th foul for DLSU. So with 11 seconds left, they will have to foul one more time to send UST to the foul stripe.
14 foul for the Green Archers.
Escobedo inbounding pass to Osang. And they go to Danting. And they will just melt the clock here as there's a foul there on Bright Anwangco.
Great chance here for Danting to add more to his total. He has been superb, especially in the second half, where he has been clutch for UST in the final quarter to close this game out for the Growling Tigers.
Now Isaac Danting looking to ice the ball game up.
I see you made the ice reference there,
And
which I will say was pretty nice. Just like his performance today. Nice from ice.
cold as ice on the free throw. And he missed the free throw. Second free throw there and the spy. But this will be it as UST moves up to the team standings. As Matthew Rubico hits the shot on the board and they will count that basket to go. And our final score, it is 71-66, a 5-point win there for the UST Growling Tigers.
Superb victory for UST, partner. No Paranada, no Padrigao, and still the Growling Tigers able to secure the victory.
And when we come back, our best player interview and our school hymns when we come back.
Our Xbox player of the game, finishing with 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. From the UST GROWLING Tigers, the Iceman, Isaac Duncan.
And our handbox player of the game has been announced. 71-66, a 5-point win for the UST GROWLING Tigers. Isaac Duncan was adjudged as player of the game. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. And right now, we're just awaiting. Okay, sorahan mo kang handa na ang ating courtside reporter, the UST legend herself, CJ Ang, together with Isaac Duncan.
Thank you, Alvin. Mga kaliga, kasama natin here ng Antbox Best Player of the Game, Ice Danting from the UST GROWLING Tigers. Ice, LaSalle was at your heck all throughout the game. What was your biggest input on how you snatched this win?
Actually, kailangan lang, sabi ng mga coaches, kailangan lang namin mag-step up. So, nandun na yung opportunity, ginrab ko na, and ayun, ended up with a win.
Ice, now that you have a solo lead in your bracket, what more will we expect in your future games?
Basta expect nyo lang na every game namin, bibigyan namin yung best namin, and we'll never back down.
Ice, is there someone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to my family sa Pampanga. Lalo yung mom ko, pagaling ka, I love you.
Thank you, Ice. Back to you, Alvin.
Thank you very much, Isaac Duncan, and the UST legend herself, CJ Ang. And a great game with her, for Isaac Duncan. And Naveen, that was an intense, that was a great game. Stepping up for the UST Les, Fortsky Padrigao, and Kyle Paranada.
Yes. And you know, when you take into account that Estacio also didn't have a good shooting game like he did last time around, but still UST was able to secure the win because of a few things. One, their defense was solid. They made it difficult for LaSalle to generate scoring opportunities. And then when you look at the other guys stepping up for UST, Robinson had a good first half. Ashton Andrews was solid all throughout the game. Ice Danting hit big shots all throughout the game. Osang and Tongkara did a good job protecting the paint. So it just goes to show how deep this UST team is and how the GROWLING Tigers are rebuilding their program into one that can compete for Final Fours once again.
And now let's take a look at the finals team standings for the day. You can see now UST on top of the team standings at 3-1, CSB 2-1, San Beda 2-1, and De La Salle falls down to 2-2 in the middle pack. And then that will be an exciting set of games for tomorrow. As our game schedule for tomorrow, first game natin, wala pa rin dito sa loob ng ENDERUN colleges. It will be the EAC Generals, the 1-1 EAC Generals going up against the undefeated Mapuha Cardinals, the 2-0 in an NCAA matchup. And then our second game, it will be the CSB Blazers, the 2-1 CSB Blazers going up against the 0-2 Adamson Soaring Falcons. It has been a pleasure working with you once again, Naveen, and hope to work with you more in the next few games.
Yes,
here in
sir.
your next Pinoyliga Next Man Cup, and we will be waiting for more of your roach bumps, or sorry, nav bumps, and for the college level here, and we will be seeing those. Follow his social media accounts in Facebook and even in X, right? Formerly of Twitter. So that is it here for the hardworking men and women of Pinoyliga Cup. For our director Richie Datuata, for our courtside reporter CJ Ang, and for my partner Naveen Ganglani, my name is Alvin Tanyada, and this has been the Pinoyliga Next Man Cup Season 2, presented by the Shawarma Shack #1.